Today's episode is brought to you by Mazars.
SoundCartel.
From SoundCartel, I'm Nicole Goodman, and this is Business Essentials Daily. When you ask people why they're in business, all too often the answer is to make money. But if the reality is that you're on the cash-in, cash-out treadmill each month, that's not ideal. If by making money you're aiming to fulfill a dream or a goal, then you need to become more intentional about your business, says money mentor Clare Wood. She's written a book about it called Intentional Profit: Master Your Mindset and Money for a Wildly Wealthy Business. If you want to grow your business and make money, she says, you need to understand why. However, as she explains to Chris Ashmore, a lot of people don't know what they want.
They say they want to grow their business and don't really understand what exactly it is that they want or why. So I think that the most important thing is to really ask yourself, like, why do I want to create success in my business? And then when you are growing your business and creating your profit, you're building it around those intentions that you've set for yourself.
So those intentions, they can't be abstract then. Is that right? They've got to have a vision of exactly what they want. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. Because again, being vague, sometimes people say, I want to make $1 million a year. And I'm like, okay, is that how much profit do you want to make? How many days a week do you want to be working? And people kind of glaze over there. And I'm like, no, you need to get really, really clear about what exactly you want, because that's the foundation of being able to build your business, is being super clear about exactly what you're doing and why.
So how do you suggest people work out what they want?
Well, it sounds a bit cliche, doesn't it? But the truth is most people don't actually go about doing an intentional planning process. And I think that carving out the time and really mapping out what is important to me, taking time. I love to use a technique called journaling to do this, where you just get pen and paper and free write and just everything that comes up, write out exactly what it is and allow yourself just to dream really big without having any limitations about what might be possible for you. The last time I did this was over the Christmas break, and I wrote for pages and pages and pages about, what life could look like if I allowed myself to believe that anything was possible.
Can big be too big though? Should we keep the dreams sort of achievable, or that doesn't matter?
Well, look, I believe if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, then, well, that's what you're going to bring into reality. It's usually the people that allow themselves to have these big, crazy dreams that are the people that start to move towards them. And so for me, when you're going through this process, it's like, if anything was possible for you, what would you allow yourself to desire? If you weren't having judgments of yourself and putting but that's not possible, just saying, what could my life be and look like? And for me, when I'm doing the process, that's what I love to do, is just be like, anything is possible.
Okay, so we've got a dream. How then do we get there? What do you suggest? Is this where a budget comes in?
Yeah, convert it into a plan. What does that look like? And often that means taking what I call baby steps forward. For example, when I'm supporting my clients to map out their growth plans, I say, okay, so at the moment, you can't go and hire 5 full-time people, but what can we do? And then how do we sort of align your investments to your revenue growth so that you are growing your business in an intentional and a profitable way, and taking steps closer towards getting you towards your vision and your big goals?
Mazars is an international audit, tax and advisory firm committed to helping clients confidently build and grow their businesses. To find out how Mazars can support your business, visit mazars.com.au. That's mazars.com.au.
Now, in your book, you mentioned this 5-step plan to build an effective budget. Can you walk me through what that is?
The first thing I like to do is map out your sales. So month by month for the coming 12 months, what are your sales going to be month by month? The next thing that I suggest is having a look at team and mapping out the team, like, who you need to hire, when you need to hire them, what all of their costs will be. Then putting it all together, adding in the other expenses. So any other investments that you want to make, and that might include like your subscriptions, and then tying it all together and having a look at your overall profitability. And of course, friendly reminder, if you don't already know, but profit is your revenue. So that's those sales that we mapped out, minus your expenses. So that includes those team expenses we spoke about to give you your profit number. And then the last step is to take that profit number, take it to your accountant, and really just get a second set of eyes over the process. Ask them to support you to help map out your taxation that you need to pay, because of course, two things are certain in life, death and taxes. And then you upload your budget into your accounting program, and you use this as your guide stick, as your measuring stick to be helping you to grow your most profitable business. So you're not only looking at, am I hitting my sales targets? You're like, am I investing in the way that I intended to invest to hit those goals, and am I on track with my profit or not?
And how do you ensure that you are on track? Is this something you've just got to keep revisiting all the time? Is it every day, every month, or how do you get there?
Yeah, so I suggest that you have these monthly money meetings, I call them. And I always have mine with my accountant. In the first week of the month, we sit down and we actually review, like, how am I tracking against my budget? And then we can have conversations. We might say, okay, well, things have changed. That budget isn't necessarily where things are going to land for now. Or you can say, oh my gosh, I was going to have hired someone by now, or I was going to have set up my Facebook ads by now. Maybe this is an investment that I need to make so that I can ensure that I am hitting those goals. So I really suggest at a minimum once a month reflecting on your performance with a focus on profit. And I also love to have a variety of other money meetings which involve like looking forward and planning and making sure that you have enough money put aside for tax, that you have sufficient cash flow to cover your obligations, and that you also get to have some time to dream and play and have fun when it comes to your money. So money meetings, that's my secret to getting right across your finances.
Let's say you achieve the dream. What happens then? You dream again? You keep on dreaming?
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. So often people think that the goal is, to get to the goal, but it's funny because, often we get there and then we're like, oh, I've done that. And now what? And so we get to keep moving the goalposts. And something that I've found in my many years of being a money mentor, people say to me, as soon as I get to this level, I promise you I'll be happy. There's nothing more I want. And that's okay. Like, this is the thing. We do get to dream bigger and play bigger if we allow ourselves to. So yeah, you get to keep rewriting the rule book and setting bigger goals for yourself.
That was money mentor Clare Wood. Business Essentials Daily is a SoundCartel podcast. Producers are Nick Schildberger, Chris Ashmore, Jeff Waters and myself. Technical production by Pete Letts. I'm Nicole Goodman. Thanks for listening. We'll bring you more Be Daily next week. SoundCartel. This episode was brought to you by Mazars. To find out more, visit mazars.com.au. That's mazars.com.au.